Detroit, baby, we out here. You see what's going on. We activated. We ain't playing no game.
Coming home, I assume that you do everything that you said you would do, spend time with your children and stuff like that. But now we looking at Dawgface now with, you feel me, the Rolly, the Ice, you feel me, you doing your thing. What was the beginning, the music side? If I'm not mistaken, that's what really put you in the position to be where you at right now. What made you take that route?
Oh, when I came home, I was thinking about no motherfucking music. I was thinking about getting a motherfucking job and helping to carry my own weight. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen too many guys come back to prison. I watched guys go and come and go and come. I used to ask them, like, why couldn't you be successful in the street? And they should always say that the people promised me something, and when I got there, it wasn't what they promised. And I realized that people in the street, a lot of people have good intentions in terms of helping you transition, but a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of people in the street, a lot of our family members and our friends who would help us, they don't understand how hard it is to help a guy who's dead 15, 16, 20, 25 years transition. Because it's a psychological thing they have. It ain't just physically being set loose. It's like enslaved, bro. It's like being a slave. You can set a slave free, but in your mind, you still a slave, bro. You still know what no fucking cell phones, bro. You know what I'm saying? What no casinos and all that kind of shit. So, when I came home, my first thought is I'm gonna get a job, bro. I was a janitor. My first job was a janitor. I make $10, $50 an hour. And I worked the fuck at that janitor job. I was stripping and waxing floors, the same shit I did in penitentiary for $1.39.
Right.
I was a master when it comes to stripping and waxing floors and shit, buffing that shit and spraying that shit and buffing that bitch. I got a job as a janitor. And from a janitor job, I became a supervisor. And in the same company, I went from just being a janitor, who my expertise was stripping and waxing floors. They ain't had nobody on their staff who could strip wax no floors. I was a master. I've been stripping waxing floors since youth home. With side by side shit. So I was able to use that knowledge to elevate inside that company, bro. So in less than 90 days, I went from a janitor stripping waxing floors to a supervisor who was training other employees in other locations how to maintain floors and shit like that.
And so how did you transition from that to
music?
The next level?
I bumped, my daughter had the opportunity to go to Cass Tech, so we went to orientation. When I was in orientation, it was a guy who, name I ain't gonna mention because he a bitch ass nigga, right? This bitch ass nigga, he was like my young dog in prison. I seen him at Cass Tech because his son had the opportunity to go to Cass Tech as well. So I seen him. He had been home like 3-4 years before I got home. So when I seen him, me and him was real cool in prison. He's like, bro, I'm rapping. Like I told you I was gonna do. Man, can you come to the studio and listen to my rap? Because me and him was real cool. So I'm like, yeah. Went to the studio and I heard his shit. He from Joy Road / Southwest. So I said, yeah, it's cool, bro. But, I ain't gonna listen to no nigga holler about no Joy Road shit all day. I'm an East Side motherfucker. I want to hear shit all day. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, man, you should rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't know motherfucking rapping, bro. I'm thugging out in this bitch. I ain't no motherfucking rapping. I said, I don't know how to know rap, bro. So he was like, you ain't got to rhyme. He said, in prison, you was the most shit talking this motherfucker in prison. I make a nigga commit suicide in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? We in the hole. I make a nigga try to dress me out. You know what I'm saying? Them fools don't know about that dressing out shit. Pop that slot, throw shit on me. I talk about that motherfucker so bad. We going to the shower and the whole handcuff with the shackles on. Nigga pop they shot and try to throw some shit and piss on me.
You was talking too crazy.
I talk spicy to them niggas in that bitch. And when I got the hole, I'll beat your ass type shit, right? So I went to the studio. I heard, what he had going on. I think he had 4 songs into a project. The end result was 21 songs. I was on 14 of the next 21 songs. And the most popular songs from that project, I was on.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my entry into the music business. I separated from him because nigga wasn't about no money and he wasn't really trying to monetize what he was doing. And I come from a situation, I'm a hustler. So if I'm in the music business, I'm trying to figure out a way to make money. Right? I quickly realized that I'm damn near 40 years old. I'm talking about big block gators and suits. These niggas talking about
they also
some different shit.
Yeah.
So it didn't take me long to realize that I probably would be better suited behind the scenes management, marketing, because my mind works like that. You hear me?
And what was your first? Did you do the managing off the rip after that,
No.
or was it
I went
DJing, or what was it?
I didn't start DJing until 2015.
Okay.
I just taught myself how to DJ. I looked at YouTube.
Okay.
Learned. I just said I'm gonna be a DJ. know what I'm saying? I'm like a self-propelled person. I don't take, if I say I want to do some shit, I'm going to learn how to do it, and I'm going to do it. You hear me? My first foray into management, I was about learning. Carol Dorsey was one of my early mentors.
And that's BG
Auntie.
Okay, yeah.
Carol Dorsey, Wide Open Entertainment, her and Red, they kind of like mentored me at the very beginning. I kind of like watched, I shadowed Carol Dorsey. I formed a relationship with Floss a lot. I learned a lot from Floss because at that point in time, Floss lot, the whole was TMB Films. Mm-hmm. They ran Detroit. At that point in time, the number one was TMB Films. Number two was like Super Ray in terms of videos and shit like that. So I watched Floss. I made the acquaintance of Chanel Dominique, Vez manager. Chanel gave me some game. I linked up with Al Nuke. At that point in time, Al Nuke was already in Atlanta. He was already Zaytoven's manager. So, through my relationship, he kind of like embraced me. I'm an East Side nigga. He East Side nigga. So when I was going to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I would bump into him, reach out to him, and he would, he embraced me. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me a lot of game. He put me in rooms with a lot of A-list everything, from rappers to R&B singers to producers and shit like that. Al introduced me to Zay. He gave me a bunch of game. You know what I'm saying? I probably learned more from being around. Carol Dorsey gave me my sharpness. She gave me, nigga, you got piranha, you a fucking shark. You know what I'm saying? You have to get paid off of, once you get to the point where what you do becomes something that can move a person's career from point A to point D, you should be getting paid for it, right? So she told me she explained to me what management really was. Al Nuke gave me my other level of the game, shit, contacts, resources, plugged me in. And I was able to see how the music business actually worked, because like Detroit, we ain't got the days of Motown, that shit been over with, bro. Sure. We never had no Rockefeller, So Def, Arista, Bad Boy.
So it's like you had to go out
get
that and bring that back. Cause I noticed even with what you do right now, a lot of your plugs is like Tampa,
Memphis,
Seattle,
Seattle.
Memphis and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's clear that you taking it on the road and you want to like bridge a gap between Detroit and these other cities. So yeah, that's dope. If you could talk a little bit, just briefly on what made you want to just start going out to different places instead of just locking in and keeping it in Detroit.
The dope game. You leave time with your dope because you can get more forward, can't you? Supply and demand. Same thing with music. And at that particular point in time, Detroit, we didn't have it. We still don't have an industry here. We still don't have a Social Def, a Rockefeller, a Def Jam, a Sony, a Bing, 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 Bing. We don't have that here. Motown, that shit been gone. Barry Gordy moved that shit out of this city in the early 1980s, right? So every artist that has risen to superstardom in modern, from the Days Los to the Big Seans to the Cash Dolls to the Eminems, they were plucked out of here, right? So they didn't become superstars here. They were plucked out of here by a company or by a system Big Sean, Kanye snatched him. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, Dre. You know what I'm saying? You everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Who's signed to somebody here?
Right.
And blew up. Now you got Ray, who's still basically independent. You got relationships with Empire. You got Peasy. But once you get really plugged in with Empire, that's really like you signed. Because when guys put their check on you, it's really like it helps you. You might be still independent in terms of not being locked in with a label. You have distribution through them, but when they cutting that check, when you get it's really like you are signed.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So my talking to Al Nuke like, bro, you got to move around. I'm just gonna give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Carol Dorsey told me you got to move around because there really is no industry here. If you want to learn the music business, you have to surround yourself. You have to associate yourself with people who really know the business. So at that particular point in time, you had a bunch of motherfuckers in Detroit who were saying that I'm the best PR person. I'm the best management this. I'm the best advertising this and marketing this. A lot of niggas was phony and fake. They were saying they were that because in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man king. You got a bunch of motherfuckers who don't understand what real movers and shakers are.
So they can't even point out
they can't distinguish different what you is not. So when I got around Nuke and I was around that shit, I'm keeping gangster, right? I got around Khalil Clark. is one of the top stylists in New York. Going around her and just being around, listening and observing how things really move inside the music business, how contracts really go, how relationships really go. I quickly learned that, right, more than money, relationships and networking will get you where you need to be. You can have, I know motherfuckers from the hood who rap, who millionaires, but they can't get to where they want to be because they don't have the resources, the contacts, right? If you present yourself as a motherfucker who got some money, a motherfucker in the music business is going to take you for every dollar they can. Cause they know you green. You don't know shit about the business. So by the time you realize that you done been whole, you done spent a couple of $100,000.
Facts. As opposed to having the relationships where people gonna make sure that you get
those relationships. And then you have to have something to exchange, right? If you go to somebody with just a hand out, you don't have nothing to exchange. I realized that in order for me to really like grow the Dawgface thing as a brand, I need to turn myself into a person who can make things happen. I want to be a dot connector, right? I want to be a T crosser and a I dotter, right? So I made my biggest strides in the music business by forming relationships with people outside of Michigan. One, it was easy for me to do that because they were not prejudiced by who they thought I was. You know what I'm saying?
And that's important too. Like, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's important too, because I kind of wanted to get into like, what would you say to the people? Because when you dealing with Dawgface, you got people that's like, man, bro is a good dude. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You feel me? But then you also got people that may look at you in a certain type of way, like, man, dog crazy. You feel me? Like he be fucking shit up. You know what I mean?
The music business is cutthroat. The music business is more cutthroat than the dope game, than any aspect of the street. Wanting to be famous is a drug. More powerful than opium. More powerful than fentanyl. A motherfucker, you have people who want to be more famous than rich. That is absolutely true. You have people who want to be acknowledged more than they want to have money in their pocket. You know, all you gotta do is just look at these motherfuckers around here. Motherfuckers, they peacocks. They want you to know they're somebody special versus them actually being somebody special. They spend more time trying to convince you that they are special than they actually do trying to become somebody who is special. Right? And so the music business is not a place for the weak-hearted, for the faint-hearted. The music business is cutthroat. Motherfucker will cross you and fuck over you without thinking twice about it. If they can step on you, you could be the kind of motherfucker. I've invested $200,000 of my own money into rappers, singers, and different things in the music business. I don't work with none of the motherfuckers who I invested my money in. Zero. Right? There have been times where I've taken motherfuckers on tour all across the country. And the motherfucker let another motherfucker get in their ear. And then they cross me versus listening to me. And some of it, I will take some responsibility because I'm a hard person to get along with. That's because I'm putting so much into it. So if I'm putting my all in all into you, my money, my time, my effort, my energy, if I'm finding investors for you, I'm expecting you to be real. If you're in the music business expecting for people to be real, you're in the wrong business, bro. Because these motherfuckers, who said these things was real? You can look at what's going on in the music business now with guys getting caught up in telling. Whoever said this nigga was a gangster? He created that whole image of him being a gangster and being a blood or a crip or whatever the fuck these niggas saying he is. They create that motherfucking image in the studio. In the boardroom, oh, you big crip, you big blood. Who said these niggas was real? The streets where they from ain't saying they real. Niggas will acknowledge them because they got some money, so they can move their money around. But who said these niggas were some real niggas? Whoever expected these niggas to do anything other than what they doing? You a fool. Especially if you a street nigga, you look at these goofy ass niggas and thinking these niggas some real gangsters. But that's the point. The point is, motherfuckers don't like me. Most of these niggas don't even know me, bro. I'm offensive because I brag and I talk shit. I don't like him because he brag too much. He talk too much shit. This Detroit, nigga, everybody brag.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Everybody talk shit.
That's a fact.
We're from a city where bragging and talking shit is a part of what we do.
Not that you're trying to offend nobody, but more so that you just
at this point I'm trying to offend these niggas. At this point right now, I'm trying to offend these niggas. Nigga like, man, Dawgface get them chains, but them chains little. All right, so I go get the big one. Oh, he got a Breitling. He ain't got no Rollie. I go buy a Breitling. Oh, he got a Rollie. He ain't got no AP. I go buy an AP. Oh, he got a used car. He don't got it. I go buy a G-Wagon. I go buy the black truck. I'm trying to offend these bitches now. I'm trying to rub it in their motherfucking face. Cause they ain't gonna like you no motherfucking way. Say no sense you trying to please these cocksucking ass niggas. Cause they gonna be mad, angry, upset, jealous, envious, spiteful, vindictive, any motherfucking way. So since you gonna be that anyway, I'm gonna give you a good motherfucking reason to be there. I'm gonna stunt your bitch ass so I can't no more. You hear me? Throw my dumb ass in the ground. I'm gonna rub it in you motherfuckers' faces. When I leave here, I just bought a vet. It's in Atlanta. I had it ordered. They dropped it out. I'm gonna post pictures of that motherfucking vet I just bought and rubbing these bitches' faces. That's what I'm gonna do. Serious. I'm not motherfucking playing.
For sure.
But no, I'm just joking, bro.
No, I mean,
no,
hey.
But people have me mistook, right? Because I'm really I think I'm a decent person, and I know I'll go all out for a person. If you're an artist I'm representing, I'm dealing with, I'll do everything in my power to help you succeed, right? But I need loyalty back from me. A lot of these people don't know loyalty, and it's not just about. A lot of these motherfuckers were never taught loyalty, so I have to constantly remind myself that I got to use kid gloves for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys are emotionally and psychologically immature. They've never been properly loved.
That's true.
I ain't had no big homie. I know you ain't had no big homie. You know why? I can look at your behavior. I can look at how you act. You ain't never had nobody who was interested enough and loved you enough to pull you to the side and try to school you. That's why you never had a big homie, nigga. Not because you ain't want one. A lot of these niggas wish they would have. What motherfucker in their right mind wish they had somebody to help guide them through all the shit that they suffering from. You retarded to not want. Are you fucking serious? Name me one motherfucker right now who in the street who didn't wish life was easier for them based on them having somebody to explain the game to them versus having to bump their motherfucking head time and time again.
For sure.